Know you've been a good friend, and that's through the thick and thin, and I know it's never gonna end, 'cause you've been a good friend.
Hi, welcome back to my channel, According to Kat. If you're new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. If you're returning, just say hi. This week we're doing a collab with Nicole from The Week's Nest. If you've never seen her channel, please go check it out. You will not be disappointed. She's adorable, her DIYs are amazing, and she's so creative. So please go check her out, subscribe, go over, tell her I sent you, and you're gonna love her. Her and I decided to do a challenge where we needed to complete 3 fall DIYs using Dollar Tree products. The first one I was so excited to do. I've seen them all over Pinterest, all over YouTube, and that is the lanterns. I wanted to make a fall lantern and I love it. I hope you do as well. I also decided to do 3 hanging baskets on a bar, and that one I love as well too. Again, these are all using Dollar Tree products. And the last thing I made is a small pumpkin sign, and I'm so pleased with that too. It just adds a little something to the whole vignette. Overall, I hope you love this as much as I do. Please stay tuned for the video if you want to learn how to make it. With that being said, let's get on with the video. Okay, DIY challenge number 1, the fall lantern. The first thing I'm using is the Rustoleum oil rubbed bronze, and I'm taking one of these small shadow boxes from the Dollar Tree, and I am coating the outside of it, the back and the sides. I will not do the bottom because it's going to be the top of the lantern. I'm just taking off this little hanger. This is the medium size box that we all get, and I'm just painting the outside, the back and the sides. This one is more of a cardboard. I took off that little sign thing, and do not worry, you will not see that because I will put something on top of it. This, I believe, was the center for a ribbon. I am using that as the top, and this is going to cover one of those little splotches, and that's going to hold the candle. It is the top of a tomato can. You need 4 5x7s frames from the Dollar Tree. And I'm taking out everything that was inside, putting it to the side. I'll use them for something else. Take out those little pieces that hold in the frame, and I am using the same Rustoleum oil rubbed bronze paint and painting both sides of each of those 4 frames. I'm taking my Fix All from the Dollar Tree, and I'm putting it down the edge of one of the sides of the frame. I am wiping off any excess. I'm taking my hot glue, putting it on the other frame where they're going to meet up. I carefully put those 2 edges together, and I use my square from the Dollar Tree to make sure they are at a 90-degree angle. I am using the Fix All on the other edge of the frame and the hot glue to the second of those frames, putting them together, and I will move my 90-degree angle ruler to make sure. Last but not least, I will put the hot glue and the Fix All on both sides and just press that last frame up. Now I am going to use the Fix All to glue the shadow box to the top of that larger box from the Dollar Tree. All of these are from the Dollar Tree. And then the smaller box will go on top of that. So I was just looking for 3 different sized boxes. So that big one that you see at the bottom there, I have 2 of those, and that's what will be the bottom of the lantern. Now this is that center to the ribbon that I painted in the oil rub bronze. I am hot gluing that on the top, and there we go. There's the whole top of the lantern. I am taking the lid to the tomato sauce, and I am putting it right on top of the bottom piece. I'm sorry, that's the bottom piece. Okay, so I'm sanding off the edges where the glue was, and you know, I did see some glue in those creases, and you know, I have a little OCD and I couldn't stand it, so I took some skewers and I cut them to fit the sides of the frames, and I'm just going to lay them right in those crevices. So you need 4 for the outside and 4 for the inside. I am using my Waverly Antique Wax, and I am
So you see, that's how I'm going to put it on. I'm just going to glue it right in there. And I put 2 coats on to get a darker color. I still don't think it's dark enough, but I darken it later. Okay, so right now I'm putting on my Fix-All glue carefully. And look, it almost looks like I didn't even color it in any way. It didn't hold the wax very well. So I put those sticks right in all of those outside crevices, points, edges, and now I'm doing the inside. Now I take that oil rub bronze and I go back over it because I didn't like how it didn't take the color, those sticks, but at the same time it also colored the glue, so you don't see it as much. All right, so now I'm taking the Fix-All, going around the top of the lantern, and I am carefully going to try to put it as close to the middle as possible. There's only a little bit of edge around the whole thing. I am taking those little, I don't know, clips from the Dollar Tree, and I am letting it dry. Okay, so I'm using mineral chalk paint and Waverly Chalk Paint in moss. These are 2 awesome colors. So those little pumpkins and that gourd are from the picks from the Dollar Tree. I just pulled them off and I painted them white with the Waverly Chalk Paint in white, and then I just kind of touched it with some mineral down some sides, and then I went back after the mineral dried and I put some moss on there. And I really love how it turned out. Those turned out great. Okay, so I am judging about how much nautical rope I'll need for the top of the lantern, and I cut that amount, and there we go. I'm just burning off the fuzz. You know how I love this part. It smells so good. All right, so the first thing I do is I use hot glue and I put it on the 2 ends. Don't do that. That wasn't really smart. So I took my hot glue, and I don't think I have it on film, but I took my hot glue and just like squished it all in those little holes, and that worked out so much better. Okay, so I'm using the wax, the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm touching the top because I just wanted a little something on the top there, and I like the way that looked. Okay, so I am taking these little boxwood leaves and I'm cutting them to look like pumpkin leaves, just because those pumpkin stems were kind of like up a little bit and I didn't like that I could see underneath them. And you know me, I just sometimes, I don't expect things to be perfect, but if I see something I want to change, I'm going to change it. All right, so I'm putting in the other leaf I made, and I'm putting the top on just to see what it would look like. And again, I'm just laying that on. I will not glue that, just in case I need to take it off and put things inside. Okay, so at this point I'm taking that boxwood that I got from Hobby Lobby, and you can use greenery from the Dollar Tree, but I have so much of this because I bought a garland a long time ago and I still have so much left. So that is a candle from the Dollar Tree, and I'm putting in my gourd and my 2 pumpkins, and look how it looks. I love it. And that's one of those candles that has the batteries. Also, I wanted to show you it with a regular white candle. I would not burn that unless I am sitting by it, but I thought the white just looked fresh and clean. DIY challenge number 2, hanging baskets on a rod. Okay, so the first thing I'm using is that same metallic oil rub bronze from Rustoleum. I really liked this stuff. It coated really well. I used these universal tool hooks, and that's how we're going to hang our rod up on the wall. I'm using that same oil rub bronze. And I don't coat the back, but I coat all the front side and then up the hooks. So anything you would see that would be sticking away from the wall. So my rod is this. This is the bar. I took one of those sponges, mops things from the Dollar Tree, and I used that same oil rub bronze. These are brads, those little things that like spread apart, you know the brads. So I just painted those. I'm going to put those in those hooks. You see those holes there? I'm just going to put them in there. All right, so these are 3 baskets from the Dollar Tree, and I just took off the handle. I take the bungee cords from the Dollar Tree and I cut them, and I use these hooks that are on them. You will have extra. You get a lot of bungee things in there. Oh, these are the zip ties. So I got black zip ties. You can get those at the Dollar Tree. And I'm putting it through right on the two edges of each basket in the back. And I zip tie those bungee cord hooks right on there. And look how cute that is. I was looking for hooks all throughout the Dollar Tree, and then I just came across those bungee cords, and I'm like, I wonder if those will fit. I'm going to try them. And they did. They fit perfectly right around that rod. Okay, so I am taking some of the oil rub bronze, and I am just coating it. And here we go. I have these little knobs from Habitat for Humanity. I got a bag for $1, and they fit right on the end. So I'm taking my mineral chalk paint and I'm coating those. I tried to use the antique wax, but that did not work. So I wiped them off and I took some of that truffle and I am just kind of distressing it and brushing it on. Okay, so I take my hot glue and I take this regular string from the Dollar Tree and I press it inside and then I put a little on the edge and I start wrapping it around. So as I'm wrapping it, I kind of scrunch it up towards the edge and I take a little hot glue and I secure the string in place. By doing this, you're going to hide any of the ends of the rod that you don't want to be seen. So this is it. Okay, so right now I am adding the hot glue to the little knob, and I'm taking my wax and I am brushing it right over that string. Okay, so this is the tool hooks. I am kind of like pressing them so it holds it pretty tight and that rod's not going to come out. And there's one on the other side. I had this burlap for a long time. I just didn't want to be able to see the greenery inside the baskets. You can use whatever you have, but this is what I used. And I just cut a little piece, long piece, and I put it right in there. No rhyme or reason to it. I didn't even measure it. I just kind of folded it in threes and just cut it. All right, so the first thing I'm using is the 2 colors of the mini pomegranates and the 2 colors to the Queen Anne lace. So I'm going to use Queen Anne's lace in red and green along with one of the pomegranates. So I'm just tying the bottom of it with some twine, and I'm cutting off the excess. Now, I just wanted you to be aware of something. When I hung these up on the rod, when I used those hooks over it, it did scratch it on 2 occasions. So they were little scratches and I was able to cover it up, but I wanted to let you know, so you might want to seal it before you put on those hooks. I am now going to cut the ends of that little bunch up just because it was easier to lay in the basket. And that was that simple. And now I'm just like fluffing it up. Oh, it's so cute. DIY challenge number 3. The pumpkin sign. Now this is quick and easy, but I wanted to do something that would just, I don't know, bring out the rusticness that I like. So I didn't know which one I wanted to use, one with less color or more color, and I picked the one with less color, and I'm putting it right on one of those shadow box circles that I always save. You know how I save my shadow box circles, and this is from one of the shadow box backs. See, so there's a circle and there's the back. See? Okay, now I am taking my Waverly Chalk Paint in Truffle and I am coating the front and sides of that circle, and the same with this box frame back. I'm taking some Mod Podge once that dries. Taking some Mod Podge and I am putting it on the circle so I can lay down the Farmer's Market pumpkin sign. And I am brushing over some truffle just to, distress it. Now, I waited for it to dry. I listened to Liz Fenwick, who says, wait for it to dry so you don't get creases, and she was right. I was putting it on way too soon. So I'm adding some Waverly Chalk Paint in white and using some hot glue to attach the circle to the back. Okay, so I'm taking some Waverly Chalk Paint in white again, and I'm just putting a little more white on there just because I'm going to put a little wreath around it, and I wanted it to contrast against the background. Okay, so this little greenery thing I got from Hobby Lobby. Again, you can use greenery from the Dollar Tree, but I had this, and it basically is like, I don't know, like a ribbon. You get it in the ribbon section, and it's really inexpensive. And I just tied it around 3 times, like I made it like 3 rings. And then I am taking this string and kind of just holding it together, like wrapping it around a few times and putting a little bow. I don't know, I thought this would be cute like this. And I laid it right on top. And that's it. Look how easy that was. And here's my final reveal. I want to apologize. I lost my footage to my final reveal, so I had to use pictures, but I loved everything I made, and I hope you did as well. I love that lantern. I love the hanging baskets and that little sign.
So I hope you liked everything I made today. If you know anyone that would want to make something like this, please share this video with them. Also, if you liked what you saw, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps my channel grow, as well as tells me what you want more of. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And I don't know what you're waiting for. I got good stuff coming. And remember, please go check out Nicole's channel. She's doing the same DIY. And I will leave a link to that video and to her channel in the description box below. I also want to do a little shout out to Diana O. You have sent me such a beautiful message, and you brought tears to my eyes, and I loved reading it. So Diana, thank you so much for watching. I love that you support my channel, and you really brought a smile to my face, so thank you so much. Also, let me know which one of these is your favorite. I'm gonna go with lantern. I loved the lantern. So let me know which one of these is your favorite. Leave it down in the comments below. And this is the end of my video. So as always, thanks for watching. Bye.